This stolen furry art was sold for $100,000, but got quickly banned after. Made by Vincent Van Doe, many furries were shocked when their profile pictures were seized in order to make a digital collectible. They describe themselves as a purveyor of shitcoins and fine art. Put simply, they sell worthless cryptocurrencies and artwork in the form of digital collectibles. They own so much that their collection is worth tens of millions of dollars. The sheer amount of these digital collectible art pieces they have made is what led to this drama with furries. On November 14th, they put up an NFT for sale titled Right Click Save This. It featured 100 furry profile pictures and Pepe the Frog getting a certain hand gesture. On the bottom, there was a caption that flashed lawsuit material and 1-800-SUE-ME. The description reads, "This piece was dedicated to the furries. They may not understand the value of providence yet, but they will soon enough." Put simply, they're insulting furries for making fun of the idea of owning a digital collectible by making one with their profile pictures. Whether that's true or not, that's what Vincent and many other NFT owners believe. You might be wondering why furries in particular are singled out, as many other people also don't like the technology. Well, the fandom is one of the largest and most vocal communities against digital collectibles. There are many reasons why they despise them, but they count down to climate change concerns, stolen art, and no real use for them. If you don't know what NFTs are, here's a quick recap. In short, NFT stands for non-fungible token, and is a digital asset that can represent media like art. It can be bought and sold online with cryptocurrency, and works off the blockchain just like crypto. However, NFTs cannot be exchanged in the same way like physical money, as they are not fungible, meaning they can be exchanged for one another. You probably remember the Lindsay Lohan furry NFT saga, and how that went. Some people on the internet, especially furries, do understand how these collectibles work, but still don't think the concept makes sense. This is the idea behind right-clicker mentality. Put simply, NFTs in a current form represent the receipt of something, like a photo, video, or any other digital file. They're a way to quote-unquote prove ownership of that receipt, but not the file. Right-clickers take advantage of this by right-clicking on the artwork and saving the image. It's not about owning the digital collectible, but rather pointing out this distinction by showing that they only own the receipt, not the actual picture itself. It's a way to piss off NFT advocates who try to claim that their collection has value. One of the major concerns about this new technology is how it damages the environment. When a digital file is being made into a unique token, a bunch of computers solve complex equations until they get it correct. This validates the digital asset, and a receipt in the form of a block is added onto a long chain of other receipts. This is how blockchain works, which is also the technology behind cryptocurrency. The environmental impact comes when the computers solve complex equations. This requires energy, and where do you think this energy comes from? That's right, fossil fuels. Now, some crypto farms do use renewable energy, but they're in the minority, and it doesn't offset the huge environmental toll that has been caused by the ones that don't use it. Furries in particular don't like this technology, as along with the environmental impact, there's also rampant art theft. Put simply, it doesn't matter what the art is. It doesn't have to be good or even original. All that matters is that there is perceived value. This has resulted in low quality art being sold at best and stolen artwork at worst. The sad thing is that it's very easy for this type of fraud to happen and very hard to undo, especially to report it after sold. Making matters worse, it's very hard for an artist to know when their art is being stolen or for the buyer to verify whether it's real. It also doesn't help that the fandom doesn't have a use for this technology. When you buy artwork in the real world, it's usually one of a kind, as it's not easy to copy. On the internet though, that's very hard to do, as you can save images, or failing that, take a screenshot. This is what NFTs were supposed to solve, as, in theory, they can make art scarce. However, this only generates receipt of the artwork, and it can be still saved as normal. Furries, in particular, don't have this issue, as most artwork is commissioned, meaning it's already unique to that particular person. You try to save it and use it as your own, you'll be ridiculed. Therefore, there is no need to create a unique receipt, as it's a person's character. This doesn't only apply to furries though. Any community involves people hiring artists to make unique pieces for their character or something else one of a kind will be much more resistant to NFTs. This is because the receipt is already in the character in the artwork. It's kind of ironic that the person who wrote this also doesn't seem to understand how furries work, and why so many were opposed to the idea of NFTs in the first place. From there, things turn ugly very quickly. The furries, who are strongly against art theft, called on anyone who had their profile picture stolen to issue a DMCA takedown to get the art removed. A DMCA takedown is a method of removing copyright works off the internet. This was successful, resulting in it being removed from OpenSea and Foundation, popular NFT marketplaces. Despite what many think, it does not consider whether the content was fair use, which will become a huge debate between furries and NFT advocates. However, before that happened, the collectible was sold for 20 Ethereum or $100,000 to Kento Inami. At first, they panicked because they were unable to view the artwork because of the DMCA takedown. However, they realized they owned the collectible but were unable to view it. They then battled about the free publicity caused by the furries. In an interview, they said that I expected the furry community to be pissed off and cause an uproar, which is why I bought it. After the backlash, Vincent struck down against the DMCA takedown, saying that it was fair use. They also offered to compensate any artist by giving $5,000 to anyone who proved they own the profile picture in question. However, the money would only be given if their profile picture was made into a digital collectible. They also explained why furries in particular singled out for this art piece. In a Twitter thread, they stated that they were trying to offend Jason Citron, founder and CEO of Discord. Discord CEO is considering integrating the Ethereum cryptocurrency into the gaming-focused chat platform, which of course angered a lot of people. Many threatened to cancel their Discord Nitro subscriptions, and it got really bad. Eventually, Citron backtracked and clarified they wouldn't have any plans of rolling this out to the platform, stating, "We have no current plans to ship out this initial concept." In response to that, Vincent took the profile pictures of the hundreds loudest critics and made what he claimed to be a parody of the right-clicker mentality. With all the talk about whether the piece was fair use, I wanted to know if what Vincent made was legal. Four main factors determined this: the purpose of the use, the nature of the work, the amount used, and the market effect. First of all, what was the purpose of the work? I think we can all agree that the NFT was made to make a profit. There is no getting around that. However, we can't ignore the fact that it was transformative. It was a message against right-clickers, and that has to be acknowledged. Next, what was the nature of the work? The work's use was creative, which nudged it away from fair use. What about the amount used? 100 furry profile pictures were used to make this piece of art, but they were all really small. I'm not sure where this would place it. Finally, what was the market impact of this piece? To be honest, I'm not sure how this would work. I highly doubt people would use this art over commissioning an artist to draw their persona, but at the same time, this is stealing. Overall, it seems like Vincent won't be able to claim fair use, specifically because they made money off of it. But this is speculation. We don't have all the information, and courts can decide either way. However, if they can argue fair use, it sets a very dangerous precedent for other people to steal and monetize artwork as digital collectibles. Despite what many furries think about the new technologies, I don't think NFTs are inherently broken. I want these new technologies to succeed, but that's not going to happen in their current form. Treating it like a way to make a quick buck cheapens the technology and prevents real innovation from happening. The only way we can allow progress to happen is through regulation. Now, I know regulation sounds bad. In specific places, regulating too much can be a problem. However, lack of regulation has its own problems. With all the scams in cryptocurrency and NFTs, I think it's all in our best interest if we have people set up rules of what is and isn't allowed. The platforms have already done that, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Scammers will go to more shady places, and the real way you can stop that is through the government. Only when it's fair for everyone, we can see the change that was envisioned when these technologies first came out. You might have noticed the Lindsay Lohan Furry NFT. Check out what they were really trying to do with it.